This is the MCDU, the center panel. Basically, it's in an old plane. It would look a bit more like this. Yeah, look a bit more like it's less pretty. But this is all the nice fancy one of the Dreamliner. So basically, you want to go in at ref. And this is where you put your details in. So 0 fuel weight. Just click that and it'll automatically populate. This is a scratch pad. So this is where you type whatever and then you find where you want to put it. Cruise altitude, it's 38,000 feet, which is brilliant. We do 38T, which is flight level 300. Cost index, we look at that on our flight plan, and I don't know what that actually means, but... So cost index in aviation is a number that represents the balance between the cost of flying fast, so time-related costs, and the cost of burning fuel, essentially telling pilots how much to prioritize fuel efficiency versus speed to minimize the overall cost of a flight. So a lower cost index means the flight will prioritize fuel efficiency by flying slower, while a higher cost index means it will prioritize speed even if it burns more fuel. CI is 40. So we'll go 40, put the cost index in, we click on route, here we go, route. So we are at EKYT. Where's the K? I hate finding this on this thing. KYT. So we put it there, and we're going to Glasgow, which is EGPF. Took me a while to figure that out. And then we click there and put it there. So flight number, our flight number is BAS315. BAS315. Put that in there, and that tells air traffic control what we are. So that communicates through the communication system of the plane, tells ATC what it is. What runway are we going to choose? So what we'll do is we'll look at our flight plan on here, and we're going to be we're going to take off from 08 left. So 08L. There we go. Right. So that's it done. So the information we got from there was the runway in use is 08 left, which is what we've got, right? And this is the airport information. And then we've got QNH here. So what we'll do is we'll change it, which is this here, this little number here, if you can see it. I'll get closer to it so you can see. So it's on your main PFD, and it's this number here which tells you what to set your altimeter at. So which is this one. So we will change that to 1001. But this is how you do the EFB, the MCDU, which is obviously really complicated to figure out, but once you've got it, it's so easy. So here we are. So we'll put our details in, right? We have got our origin, our destination, our runway, our flight number. So you can request a route and it'll literally take your route from SimBrief. But because we don't have that, what we'll do, my alternate as well, let's have a look. The alternate airport we have is Newcastle. So it's EGNT. And there we go. Right? We've got our departure. This is our arrival. We need to find what arrival we're at, and on SimBrief it'll tell you it's AGPE1 Golf. So AGPE1 Golf, that's my approach vector. So that actually tells you on the map which route to take to get to the foot of the runway. So we'll choose that, and then approaches, we want runway 5, and we're going to choose either ILS or localizer. And there we go. Notice how it's put it on there as well. So that's it. We click execute to set that in. That's in, right? And now we need to go to legs. So this is where we want to really work on where we're going. One of the waypoints we're going to put in is AAL, right? That's one of them. AAL. That's our starting. Clear. AAL. Boom. So that's the first waypoint, right? And then the next waypoint is VAXIT. So VAXIT. These are just markers to what they look like. So put that in there. And then we're going to go to RECNA, which is RECNA. The next one is SUSIS, which is SUSIS. There we go. We want to click that one. There we go. And then the one after that is Robum, which is actually near Newcastle. It's Newcastle's approach vector. Robum. Boom. And then we go next page because we've got more to put in. The next one is Haven. H-A-B-E-N, which actually is Haven. So this will come up with a waypoint. So on your route, you can see that this is the 55-degree waypoint. So obviously there'll be another Haven somewhere else in the world. But this here is the closest one to us, which is where we want to go. So then you just click previous page. Yeah, previous. There we go, Haven. And the next one is TLA. TLA.
So does this not have the ability to auto pick a route? You have to go through this and typing waypoint by waypoint.
Pretty much, yeah. You can actually get a route downloaded from SimBrief because you can do that on your EFB. Or, of course, what you can do is you can do it here as well in your flight planner. So you pick your departure and arrival, and then literally just click find route, and it will pick any waypoints that are there. And that is good for just a simulation of just so that you can find your way to an airport for the game. However, if you want to be realistic and you want to do realisms, you will go on to SimBrief, plan your route properly as per the weather and stuff like that, and then obviously you would file that flight plan with that sim, and then you're able to fly, and then obviously you would program it into this. But usually you can download it from SimBrief. However, in the case that it isn't coming from SimBrief, this is actually how you can do that. So I've put a few things in here. So what I want to do is I've actually got two of these here. So I've started putting waypoints in, and the system's already found waypoints for me and put them in, so it's easy to do that. So we know Agped is there, whatever that is, Haven is there, and then we'll see we've got TLA Lanix, so we don't need to worry about those. So we'll go back and we'll take off Haven. We don't need to worry about anything else, but we'll just click the delete button. See that there? You then click Haven and it deletes it. Delete again, and then delete TLA. But then you also want to delete these discontinuities. Discontinuity here, delete that out, so that's gone. And then of course we want to delete this one because we don't need to worry about that. Right, and this is our approach. These are our approach vectors. So this is taking us to the waypoint, and then you've got our approach vectors, which are the next one. So leave these here after your last main waypoint. So as you can see, you've got all of these, and that literally brings you in to runway 05 at the right altitude. So this will start tapping you down, and you'll start going down. This is pretty much it. And then you'll see this green exec button, which is the execute. Click execute, boom, it's done. So the plane is in magenta. I say it's pink because I'm colorblind. So that there will tell you that the next waypoint the plane's going to fly to is AAL, and then it'll just cycle through until obviously it takes you home. Now when you look at the PFD here, you can see that it's already got a route in. So you take off, it's going to pull you right the way around, and then it's going to send you back. And then all you do is when you take off and you've reached your sort of like climb altitude, you've stabilized the plane, you then turn on your autopilot, and then you set your altitude to whatever your cruise altitude is, which for us it is going to be 38,000 feet. So that's set. Once you've gotten your stabilized there, you've got your speed sorted, your auto throttle, you can then activate the autopilot, and then you click LNAV. LNAV will literally tell the computer, okay, we're stable, let's fly to all of these waypoints. Let's make my way through these waypoints, and it will literally fly itself to your first waypoint, and then it'll just make it through. Sometimes if it knows it's turning and it's already kind of past the waypoint, it's smart enough to go to the next one, so just leave it to do its thing. We're going to see that when we take off. All right. V1, rotate. With this in mind, very quickly, if you get like a ATC communication to go somewhere else, what you'll do is you'll just delete the waypoint that you were heading to and head directly to the next one. So I'll delete that one as well. So we'll go delete and then delete the continuity and then execute. And then the plane will now, as you can see, fly itself through those waypoints. And that is basically how you use LNAV on, well, any Boeing really. It's any Boeing with an MCDU. So that hopefully is going to help you out when you are flying planes, because I struggle to find anything that would make absolute sense. It was just too much to take in, and all these absolute beginner guides were the worst. So hopefully this has helped you guys in terms of figuring out how to use the MCDU. Go back and rewatch it as many times as you need to, and the more practice you get, the better it is. I made a few mistakes, of course, which I know you guys will probably roast me in the comments for, but there we go. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Help everybody out by teaching everyone how to use the MCDU in a Boeing. Boom. Peace out.